to survive, I'll be honest. Loving the thought of me, I am so obsessed. I want to chop your own. Never did it back at this shit. Open up, make us see. Yeah, me love one thing. Me make a bad man sing.
I go spend for your head. Talk all they want, I don't care what they say, cause your matter. Like, I'm going to carry for my head every night. And you, I want to carry to my bed. No, no, no. Don't tell me no, no, no.
Yes, indeed. Good morning, Bronx One. How are you? This is Miss Nixon. It is November 12th, and you know what time it is. It's time for that morning show. Let's get into those birthdays. If you see your name right here, happy birthday to you. I hope you had an amazing day. This dates back to October 15th, the last time we saw each other up until today. So if you see your name, I hope you had a great birthday. Yes, indeed. And if you see your friend's name, show them some love as well. All right, let's get into these shout outs. Shout out to Ishmael Rivera because of his consistent effort given in all of his electives. He is observant in class and he's respectful to his peers. He also provides help to his peers if they need ideas, and he gives compliments to them when he notices someone doing a good gesture around him. Shout out to you for being a positive individual. I love that. That's what community looks like. Shout out to the Ayer, who's consistent in all areas of our action values throughout the day. He has made exceptional progress in being the exemplar for our classroom community. Yair shows great effort and focuses in all areas of the day, from elevating our math discourse to noticing characters feeling in literature. He does it all. Keep up the great work, and I'm thankful to have you in our classroom community. Shout out to Nafisa, who's a role model and enthusiastic learner in our class community. She is kind and respectful to her peers. She was recently skipped to 4th grade, okay, and exceeds expectations with her quality of work and thinking. Shout out to Gabriella, who continuously improves every week. She never gives up, and as a result, she is getting better and better. She is a prime example of try and try. Keep up that great work, Gabby. And speaking of try and try, shout out to Nerisi Ordonez, who puts in so much work on her homework packet. It is obvious that she takes time to practice all the strategies that we learn in class. Also knows that by showing all her thinking work, she will become a great mathematician. I love to see it. Keep up the great work, but we know we have some more. Yeah, shout out to Mia, who's really taking ownership over her academics this past month. She has demonstrated excellent thinking on her math exit tickets and has been incredibly insightful in ending our American Revolutionary PBL unit. Okay, Mia has become a true leader in Hunter College, yes, and we are so excited to see all the great things she does in the future. Shout out to Haley B, who's a role model for her classmates, always sharing strategies and ideas in many components. She is always helping the teacher and her fellow classmates. I love all the helping and getting better that I'm seeing in these shout outs. That is what I'm talking about. Shout out to Nicole, who's constantly striving to be a model scholar for her classmates. Another one. She shares her amazing ideas, helps her friends out, and is always improving on herself and her work ethic. Shout out to Aisha Jabi, who is in school every day on time. Yes, she is. She actively participates in class, sharing unique ideas, and a scholar who's always going above and beyond across all components. She is also so kind, which is so important, to all classmates and teachers. Shout out to Belongding for his great work on A Million Cats and really coming out of his shell to play the best old man ever. I wish I would have saw that. So dope. Shout out to Nyla and the Jenica for having perfect attendance. Yes, they did. And winning line leader for a week. Perfect attendance went up on the 10th. It was so much fun. Lots and lots of dance. Keep it up, ladies. I love to see it. Shout out to Darlene for her incredible work using the new sounds we've learned in Roots to help sound out difficult words. She's been improving so much, and her hard work shows. Oh, for sure. Hard work always beats hard work. Let's get it. Shout out to Kariatsu, who always puts her best effort into the day, constantly striving for improvement. Shout out to Leonardo for putting his best thinking into his math work, ensuring he organizes his ideas and is precise in solving. Shout out to Giovanni, who shows up to school eager to learn, always giving his 100% effort in his work. Shout out to Jason for always participating in discussion and sharing great thinking work in mini lessons. I love this. Shout out to Mariama Ba, 3rd grade, who's always looking to tackle new challenges and is always willing to share her high-level thinking with the class. And shout out to Vaughn, who's doing a brilliant job of explaining his strategies, which all allows him to work his way through tough problems. I love that. Finding a way. Keep it up. Everybody on this page, keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to Elijah for being kind to each and every scholar in the room and being a bucket of joy throughout the day. Yes. Shout out to Ariana for sharing mask in class. Yeah, safety first with scholars, so they don't have to pay $50. That is a thing. $50 scholar dollars for a new mask. Shout out to Jamie for being a ray of sunshine in the class and bringing the joy to learning. Shout out to Classky, who's made such an improvement in behavior, and your class notices it. Keep up the great work. We're so proud of you. Shout out to Ava for consistently being there to help her classmates and teachers. Ava's level of independence is unmatched. And shout out to Silas for scoring in the green on his math spiral, y'all. Silas is always actively listening and participating during all components. Shout out to all my scholars on this page. I love to see it. And if you want to see your name, keep going above and beyond, pushing out our action values, and you might get chosen by your teachers. All right, let's get into a perfect attendant. Lehman College, holding it down for the Water Nation, bringing in 800 points. Fire Nation, not too far behind. Plattsburgh and Hunter grade 2, bringing in 200 for perfect attendance. GVSU with 4, Wheaton Emory with 3, and CSI on the board with 1, bringing in 800 points for that Earth Strong. And Hunter holding it down for Win Nation. Win Nation, where you at? Don't blow away on me. 100 points coming your way for perfect attendance. All right, last time we were here, we had our obstacle course Nations Challenge. Let's get into the results. For grade K, shout out to CSI bringing home the chip and 500 points for the Earth Nation, as well as Iona and BMCC showing that great sportsmanship, bringing home 300 for both order and win. Shout out to Bowden in grade 1, 500 for that Fire Nation, as well as Concordia and Old Westbury bringing in 150 points each for sportsmanship. Grade 2, we have Waterford on the check-in, 500 for the Win Nation. I think they're back to back. All right, and we also have Syracuse and Hunter bringing in some sportsmanship points, 100 each for their nation. Grade 3, we had Emory Wheaton representing Earth Nation win, bringing home 500 points for the Earth Strong, as well as Pepperdine and Conn College bringing home 100 points each for sportsmanship. And Plattsburgh bringing in, what I think is also back to back. 500 points for that Fire Nation, 100 for Lehman for sportsmanship, as well as Hunter and GVSU. Unfortunately, we had to take 100 points away, but I'm really confident our next Nations Challenge will know what to do. All right, so we can gain those points. Congratulations to all my winners, and even more importantly, all of my classes who show great sportsmanship, because like I say, it is about the community. This is all fun and games, but we are one band, one sound. We are Bronx One, so we always support one another. All right, and of course, we cannot forget during our first community circle for Halloween, well, our fall festival, excuse me, we did our mummy wrap, and Plattsburgh won that, Fire Nation won that, bringing in 500 points for the Fire Nation. Shout out for Fire Nation bringing home the chip. All right, what are we doing? Speaking of Halloween, we did have some of our scholars who did celebrate. I see some really cool costumes over here, as well as measuring going on. Yes, indeed, some pics from our community circle. That was so much fun. Yes, we came and we showed out. You hear me? Came and showed out for our fall festival. Yep, even outside, we have some class pics. I love that. Old Westbury on the check-in. Indeed. And then we have some photos from our perfect attendance celebration that just happened. I see a fun Friday all the way on my left. I want some popcorn. I'm coming to you, Connecticut. All right. On this day in history. So it actually wasn't today, because obviously today's the 12th, but I know some of you may know that we actually changed the times over the weekend. All right. So if you don't know, that's called daylight savings time. And November 7th, 1916 was when daylight savings time was actually created. So DST is the practice of pushing the clocks to account for more sunshine in the warmer months. So in order to do that, in the fall, which is right now, we fall back. So we lose an hour. And then in the spring, we spring forward. So we gain an hour. Also, what that means is that there is one day throughout the year that there's 23 hours in a day, and another day throughout the year when there's 25 hours in a day. Now, typically, there's only 24 hours in a day. So there's 2 special days throughout the year, every year, that we have a 23 hours, and 25 hours. Now, while daylight savings time is observed in most countries, including this one that we're in, it's actually not observed in both Asia and Africa, which I thought was really, really interesting. So if you didn't know why we did it, here's why. November 7, 1916 was when daylight savings time was created. Let's get into this countdown. All right, today, nations competition. We are nearing the end. I just want to make that clear. All right, before we go for holiday break, we will have a nation's winner for this first cycle. We'll reset the scoreboard and we'll get started in the next school year, doing it all over again. So today, going down our nation's competition, November 16th, all right, Tuesday, heads up play. Grade 1 and grade 4, Math IA, take this weekend to practice your strategies. All right, do what you need to do to get in the blue and the green, because you know that's coming up. You know that's points. All right, make it happen. As well as the 17th, it's a 2-day test. You have the 16th and the 17th. November 19th, we have our community circle for Thanksgiving as we get into the holiday spirit, as well as our multicultural spirit day. I'm really, really excited to see everybody dressed up in their culture that they represent, that they identify with. I cannot wait to see this. November 19th, also grades 3 and 4, heads up play. Typing Agent World 15, it is a graduation requirement. Grade 3 and grade 4, you know what time it is. Make sure you're there. Get there. And November 19th, grade 2, Mountain 2 is due. So make sure you're there as well. From the 20th to the 29th, we are on break. Please take that time to rest. Ensure you're reading, doing your homework, all right? Making sure that you're still activating your brain and getting ready to come back to school. And then on the 30th, we have our Last Nation competition for November, all right? And depending on how today goes, and after you see the scoreboard, we're going to need everybody in the building in order to compete, in order to see who's the winner. So make sure you're here back on November 30th, bright and early, 7:15, when our doors open, getting ready for the nation's competition. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Where are we at in the standings? Oh, wow. So we have closed some gaps. Fire Nation still in the lead, 5,780. Wind Nation not too far behind, 4,630. All right, Earth Strong, 4,330, 300 points behind, catching up. And then Water Nation, don't fret, 3,960. I promise you, this is still any nation's game. We have 2 nation competitions coming for this month and 1 more before we crown the cycle 1 winner. It is still anybody's game. We still have math assessments going on. We still have perfect attendance to achieve. So do not be discouraged. It is anyone's game. Keep going, keep grinding. I will see you back here 12/3. That's December 3rd. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday, a beautiful weekend, and I will see you all soon. You take care.